MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the Roadrunners and the Jaguars. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, this is still anyone's series here as we get ready for Game 5.
Well, they're down 3-1, so it's do or die time now. That's not a good place to be, obviously, but we do see some teams play their best when their backs are up against the ropes. The key is to just take it one game at a time and not worry about how many more wins you need.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on MLB Network, and we'll have it all for you next. Anthony Payne gets the call in Game 5 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, listen, when you can go 7 full innings like he did, I know he got a no decision in his last start, but it was a real solid performance. If he continues to pitch like that, the wins are going to start coming.
Leading off for the Roadrunners, the second baseman, Joyner.
First pitch of the at-bat. Ball low as he's able to lay off the slider.
First pitch, 7:05.
That's inside. 2-0. Now pitch on the way. He pulls this one into right. And a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
Not accepted. The right fielder, Julius Brady.
Ready. Here's the first offering. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
You know, Dero, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south, but he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that, but then you can't give him away. If you're going to stay east-west, you better pick one side.
And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Now the 2-1.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to rotate like that, this is going to be a tough day.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he fouls this one off. Joyner on at first. Nobody out. High pop-up. Peralta is under it. He's got it for the first out.
That is first. The first out. McKay.
Striding into the box, Brooks McKay. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's set. Here it comes.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, As a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
Throw over to the bag, and he'll dive back in safely. Runner at first here, one man out. Tough one to call there, but it's ruled just above the zone. Here's a look over to first, and the runner back safely. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. He's running. Pitch outside. The throw is not in time. Pretty close, but he got in there safely. Certainly a very close play at second on that bag, so let's analyze it with show track. We all know he's got plus speed on his side, and you really see it represented in the top speed. That really made the difference on that one. The 2-2. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And it's a foul ball. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Stepping in now, Tony Rossi, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. He's set. The 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Santana is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Stu Money has the ball for the 5th game of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, we're going to get a chance to look at a good veteran pitcher here. This guy's been around the block a few times, but one of the things he does, he still competes at a high level, and he's never stopped trying to learn how to be a good pitcher.
Leading off for the Jaguars, the shortstop, Edmundo Ayala.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Count 1-0.
Inside corner, a ball and a strike. Money has compiled over 2,100 innings of work in his major league career, and through those innings he's been able to collect north of 2,200 strikeouts. That's in the same ballpark as legends like Jim Palmer and Lefty Grove. And that's on the outside corner, 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Alex Santana waits on deck. Line to the right side. but that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out.
The center fielder, Alex Santana.
Now batting, Alex Santana, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's the pitch. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. That evens it up 1-1. Pitch on the way.
That's Bolton.
Bases are empty, one man out. 3-1 now.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
The 3-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike two.
Looked like he swung at ball 4 right there. Clearly he saw something in that pitch that he liked out of the pitcher's hand, but that wasn't a pitch he was going to do a whole lot with.
Andrews is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. And with 2 away now, let's take another look at our playoff brackets. And of course, the question on everybody's mind, will we crown a champion here tonight? Now at the plate, Nick W. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. No swing on the knuckle curve, even at 1-1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. And the pitch. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Stepping up to the plate, Raymond Buxton. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Wind up and the 0-1.
You got to cover the whole plate now after letting him steal 2 strikes on the inside half.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Ball 2.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, got to feel like it's a win for the offense.
Here now the 2-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. W comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
That's it. The left fielder, Robert Andrews.
Pitch on the way. Pitch on the way. sharp ground ball to third. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And that's the second out.
The catcher, Tom Magruder.
In now, Tom Magruder. Here comes the first pitch. Inner third let go. It's a called strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Down 0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry, 5 pitches he can go to, not looking good.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
The slider freezes him at the plate. A called third strike, and the inning comes to a close.
Into the box, Zane Oates.
The right fielder, Zane Oates.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. And that's through for a hit.
Hey, some guys look out there, Dan, they don't care. They can't execute the ball the other way. It's not that easy. They're going to hit it as hard as they can right into the shift and let the chips fall where they may.
You know, it's hard, Devo, when you come up all the way through high school, little league, college ball, and the minor leagues, and you're used to pulling the ball. That's the type of hitter you are. Some of these hitters are going to have to try to make some changes with these exaggerated shifts.
Into the box now, Eric Evans.
As he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center.
And that's in there, base hit. Throw just does beat him to the bag, and that was pretty close.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Bottom of the second here with no score. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Up high, 2-1 now. Throw over to first, but the runner's back easily. The 2-1.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Batting center, the first baseman, Matt Madden.
Coming to the plate now, Mac Madden, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. First pitch coming, here it is.
No one, no play.
Madden is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away from him goes right into his backpack.
The 1-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2. First and second now, one man up. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Batting it, the second baseman, Edgardo Peralta.
Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And this one's in the dirt. And the runners will stay put here on ball 1. The set and the 1-0. Grounded to third. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We've played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Riding in, Brent Hughes.
For the Roadrunner, the first baseman, Brent Hughes.
Here comes the first pitch. The windup and the 0-1.
No, that's down.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. The 1-2. Hit to first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Batting up, the pitcher, Money.
Standing in, Stu Money. First pitch of the at-bat. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Third inning, no score to this point. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1.
Boy, this guy's got it going on right now. He's executing everything. He should feel pretty good. He's retired 7 in a row.
He's got it in time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter number 1, second baseman, John Joyner.
Into the box now, John Joyner. He reached on a single in his first try.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. The 1-0.
Oh, that's down.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, he's all over the place right now. No doubt he's clearly fighting his mechanics.
Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. 4 pitches, all takes. He's showing a lot of patience here.
And I like that from a guy like him, Matty. He can do a lot of damage on a base pass with his legs, so there's no reason for him to get overly aggressive if he's not getting anything to handle.
Hot shot on the ground to short. Oh, what a stop on the slide. In time. So striding forward now, Anthony Payne.
The pitcher, Anthony Payne.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
1-0.
A 1-0 delivery. 1-1 the count now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first down of the inning.
Well, you know AL pitchers must love pitching in NL ballparks because all of a sudden they're only facing 8 legitimate hitters in the lineup instead of 9. Kind of makes you wonder why any free agent pitcher would ever decide to pitch in the AL, doesn't it?
At the plate, Edmundo Ayala. As he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Fouled away.
I think for every player, for every former player, that swing right there is the reason we need to extend the netting without question. Want the fans to be safe.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Soft liner towards short. On the first, and a good stretch over there is going to get him by a step for the second out. Riding in once again, Alex Santana. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch coming, here it is. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Big swing at the knuckle curve, gets nothing but air. 0-2 now.
I know this guy has a lot of weapons on the mound, but what makes him so successful is that he's aggressive in the zone, getting ahead, forcing action.
0-2 count, and the pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Digging in to try it again, Julius Grady.
The right fielder, Julius Grady.
Here comes the first pitch. Chopped toward the second baseman. Reined in. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
The bat, number 2, shortstop, Brooks McKay.
Now in the box, Brooks McKay. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
1-1 to count. Now here's the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Oaks is there. 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Tony Rossi.
Standing in, Tony Rossi. First pitch on its way. Good downward action there, and it's 0-1.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And a strike as he waves through a knuckleball.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull the trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
Ready with another 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Nick W. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but it's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
The 1-0. Runs a bit inside for a ball.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
In the dirt, it's 3-0 now.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, man, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
And he'll just watch the cut fastball here for strike 1, 3-1. And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Ready for another chance? Zane Oaks. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we move.
Now, meanwhile, the throw to second is there, and he is out trying to steal the base. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And there's ball 2 now. High in the air out to center field. Buxton is in his tracks now. And he's got it for out number 2. So with 2 gone here in the 4th, let's check out our pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. At the plate, Eric Evans. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. fouled away. Just one hit apiece for both of these clubs. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning.
Leading up for the Rover, the center fielder, Mudville.
And now pitch on the way. Late that time for a strike. He can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Anytime you're battling and the score is even, you've got to get on base to manufacture some offense. He'll take that every day of the week.
Digging in, Robert Andrews. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
Now a 2-0 home. Runners on the move for second. Strike called. Now the throw down. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, Manny. The ball isn't carrying well tonight, and we haven't seen any home runs, so sometimes you have to try for something else. Now, with seeing a single could be all it takes to push a run across.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
In now, Tom Magruder as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Here comes the 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now a pickoff play at second, and the runner back. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Taken, but called for strike 2 on the outer part of the zone. On a rope to the second baseman. And the runner gets back. No double play.
The first baseman, number 7, Brent Hughes.
At the plate, Brent Hughes, runner in scoring position with Cigar. Here's the first pitch to him. A ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0.
No reason to give in to him here with the base open. Putting him on base just gives your defense more ways to help get you out of this.
The 2-0. 2 out here and a runner at second. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3. Out of the stretch, the 3-1 home. Heading out towards shallow right. Oach is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Into the box now, Luke Wagner. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Luke Wagner.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather div you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
2-0 now. The pitch. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the series. As they get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Home run in the World Series is special at any point. Hitting a home run in the World Series that gives your team a lead, that's something to tell the grandkids about.
Standing in now, Mac Madden. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Windup and the 1-0 pitch. Taken, but that catches the inside part of the plate. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. The 1-2. Sinks below the knees, taken for a ball.
I really like watching righties throw that cutter in on lefties' hands like that. This one was down 2, and if he hits it, there's a pretty good chance he's going to pound it into the ground. Maybe even give himself a shin burger.
Base is empty here with nobody out. And he struck him out.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. What does he do? He just throws his good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
At the plate now, Edgardo Peralta, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-1.
1-1.
Very high, 2-1.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
1 out, nobody on. Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Hey, that's not an easy pitch to hold your swing up. I know it looked like it was way out the plate. Good job not swinging at it.
Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next 2 guys. Sometimes you're going to get taken deep, but it's all about how you respond that really matters.
To the plate now, Anthony Payne. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of it.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So just the 1 hit in the inning, but it's a home run that pushes him out in front. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. Jupiter leads this one 1-0. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Stu Money, to start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent today.
No doubt about that, man. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
First pitch on its way.
1-0.
The 1-0 home is put in play to the right side of the infield. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, John Joyner.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, John Joyner will swing it from the left side right here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Boy, and that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Stepping in now, Julius Rady. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
This is one of the things that makes him so effective as a pitcher. Able to pound his zone with all different options.
The 0-2 home. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
The 1-2. Fouled off.
Hey, with 2 outs in the number 2 hole, you're just trying to get on. You got the big boys coming up behind you.
2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Edmundo Ayala.
The shortstop, Edmundo Ayala.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that's taken high and outside for ball 1. Ripped down the line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Dan, you have to love it when your defense picks you up right there, keeping him at first base.
Boy, Hero, that looked like it had extra bases written all over. Great job by the left fielder to get to that ball and get the ball back in, keeping that to a single.
At the plate, Alex Santana. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. Now a move over to first, and he'll get back in safely. Two and one. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
And that misses for ball 4, and it's first and second now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Stepping into the box, Nick W.
He's going.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. And they will get the lead runner at third. A daring attempt with no outs on the scoreboard, and it doesn't pan out. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Center fielder on the run. He makes the running play. 2 down. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
The right fielder, Zane Oaks.
So digging in now, Zane Oaks. Looking to keep this a 1-run game, the pitch. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. Comes set, the 0-1. Hit hard down the line. Here's the 0-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Now to the plate, Brooks McKay. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. A couple of lefties start to get loose now in the bullpen. Hit hard to short. He's got it. On to first, and a big out to start the seventh. One gone.
Now batting, the third baseman, Tony Rossi.
So now it'll be the four-hole hitter, Tony Rossi. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. First delivery to him on the way.
Nope.
One out, nobody on. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Well, that's only the second hit he's given up tonight, and the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
Quick check on that tying run at first. And a dive, but he's back in. Into the box, Raymond Buxton. 0-1 the count. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Set. Here's the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first with 1 down. Pulled toward right center field. Right fielder is on the run. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder, Robert Andrews.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Robert Andrews. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run. Here's the first pitch to him.
Nope.
And that misses for ball 1.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
The 1-0. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. The relay. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning threat.
So now to the plate, Eric Evans. So take a look at the strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
Hey, sometimes you have to look at it like it's not how or how many. Pitching very well into this one into the late innings, and his first pitch strike percentage, less than 50%. He'd like it to be a lot higher than that. He's making it very difficult on himself, but he's still getting outs.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Luke Wagner will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ballgame. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. First delivery to him on the way.
1-0.
The 1-0. Lifted the other way to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He's not going to have a play on it, and this might bring home the runner from first. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one.
tonight, they're sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, Dan, they've gotten great pitching all game long, and all that extra run can do is give you a little bit more confidence. You don't have to pitch with such tension out there, fearful of making one mistake.
Skipper out of the dugout, making the slow trek to the mound. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. He'll leave after 6, and at the very least kept his club in it to this point.
Your attention, please.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. At the plate now, Mac Madden, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. Now the 1-0.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
From the stretch. Outside, 3-0 now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Here it comes, the 3-0. Is offered at and missed for the first strike. No one out with a runner at second. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Two pitch. Full count still. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
At the plate, Edgardo Peralta. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball 1, no strike.
None out, runners at first and second. Now.
What a great opportunity to come through right here. 2-0 count, runners on base. Find something middle of the plate and let it rip.
In there, 2-1. And he lays off again, ball 3.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
First and second here with nobody out. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? The second for 1. On to first, a double play.
Boy, that's about as easy as it comes. A chopper, 2-hopper turns into a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play.
Digging in, Anthony Payne. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned a chance to take this at-bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
Trying to keep the deficit right where it is, the pitch. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. From the belt, the pitch. This one's down to third. Oh, look at the dive. He is out. They call it the hot corner for a reason. And this is a beauty to take us to break. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Ready now, Tom Magruder. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Lifted the other way out to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. It's been a game of starting pitching so far. As on cue, we give you a look at our starter comparison for these two guys in our 2-0 ball game. Digging in once again, Brent Hughes. First delivery to him on the way. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Bases are empty, 1 man out. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
The 2-2. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Another 2-2 offering. Next pitch here will be number 100 through 7 1/3.
Man, I'd love to see a complete game. He's certainly on his way. If he can keep the number down, the pitch count down, he's got a shot at this.
Yeah, D-Roll, this is every manager's dream spot right now. You're 1 out into the 8th inning. Your starter's giving you some good baseball, and you could go to your better relievers now towards the end of the ball game. This is set up perfectly right now.
Well, you see that happen quite a bit at the big league level, D-Roll. Breaking ball up and away, hit for a bullet for a base hit.
Yeah, Dan, you try and look for it to pop out above the pitcher's hand. That usually signifies that it's going to be something breaking. That was actually a slider, so nice job by the offensive player. Not only recognizing it, but not trying to do too much.
No balls and 1 strike. Way the 0-1 pitch, and they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Lifted down the line in left, and that'll get down for a base hit. Oh, and it's off target, and he'll be safe at third. Well, you can't
go from first to third much faster than that, and Showtrack is demonstrating just how elite his speed is. There are only a small handful of guys that can get their top speed up into that territory.
Standing in now, John Joyner, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. The 0-1 pitch. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball.
He was looking for a swing and a miss breaker right there, but left that one in the zone that got fouled off.
Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball one.
These are the situations right here that make me miss wearing a uniform. The big spot, the cat and mouse of what's he going to throw. I'm down 1-2. Can I battle back? The pitcher's trying to put me away. This is what the game's all about.
Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? To second for one. On to first, but not in time. He beats it out to keep the inning alive, and the run is in to score.
They couldn't turn the inning-ending double play. They just get the force out at second, and the runner scores from third.
Now time called here as here comes the skipper from the third base dugout. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Graham Young enters the ball game out of the pen, looking for the final out here in the top of inning number 8. Julius Grady will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. From the belt, the pitch. Ball 1.
Bobby Cox always used to say, I'm going to put you in positions to be successful. Well, against the modern-day bullpen, easier said than done. These guys are throwing flames from all arm angles.
Quick check on that tying run at first. And a dive, but he's back. Here comes the 1-0. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
Hey, not a good spot to be, down 2-0. This guy has some serious pop at the plate. I'm expecting a big hack here.
Has a look, now the pitch. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. And there he goes towards second. Drilled down the line. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. And they've come back to tie it up as it's now a 2-2 ball game.
You know, Dero, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen. I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sinking cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
Ready once again, Brooks McCabe. And this is as pressure-filled a spot as one could imagine, with this World Series potentially hanging in the balance. He's set and the pitch. And we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. get runs in scoring position here with 2 down. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here it is. Again, he sends it out of play. A pause. And the 0-2. The bouncer up the middle. Reined in. And the throw is wide as it pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
So striding in, Tony Rossi, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. First pitch coming, here it is. Ready with the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and he sets him down for out number 3. So 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error in the inning, and a couple of men left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. And we are tied 2-2. Josh Huff is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Stepping in, Edmundo Ayala.
For Jupiter, the shortstop, Edmundo Ayala.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. And he fouls this one off. Huff has made a name for himself as a very effective reliever in his career, but he really doesn't fit the bill as a prototypical bullpen arm. So many guys bringing huge strikeout numbers these days. He isn't one of them.
No, he's not, Matty D, but what he does do, he does a great job of missing barrels of the bats. He changes speeds, moves the ball in, out, up, and down. Not overpowering, but he knows how to pitch.
Now batter, center fielder, Alex Santana.
At the plate, Alex Santana 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch on its way.
Yeah, he made up his mind early to take the first pitch because that thing was right down the middle.
1 out, nobody on. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. So 1-1. Is looked at for ball number 2. The 2-1. Fouled away. The 2-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
That was a big strike out there, guys. the best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to. And that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
To the plate now, Nick W. As he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The windup and the 1-0. Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Even at 2-2. The pitch.
That pitch was way down on 2-2, but give the hitter some credit there. Sometimes with 2 strikes, you're more apt to expand the strike zone, but he didn't and held off on that one that wasn't even close.
Swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. All set for the start of the inning, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Raymond Buxton. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. One pitch on its way, and it's fouled away. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone. And there's a final look at the numbers for the starter in this one. And he really delivered a fantastic postseason performance.
One of the big keys to having a good pitching performance is not being afraid to throw the ball into the strike zone. And this guy certainly wasn't in this one. Didn't allow a walk all game long.
Robert Andrews is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And he buries a breaking ball that time. Good pitch, and it's 0-2.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
Here it comes, 0-2.
Ball in.
Ripped down the first base line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Here's the pitch. And a big curveball is in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Mudville.
In now, Tom Magruder, as he will swing and miss at a breaking pitch on the outer half. It's 0-1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And that finds the target. 0-2 now. Hot shot to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Stepping up now, Zane Oates.
For Jupiter, the right fielder, Zane Oates.
Now here it comes.
Ball one, no strikes.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Like ball two below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Circle change here, but it's taken for ball two.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2-ball, 1-strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
Two and two. Missed down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Eric Evans will be next. Now the payoff pitch home. And that misses here, ball four. And of all things, it's a leadoff walk that puts the winning run on base to start the bottom half.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Here's the first pitch. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball one. Possible winning run aboard here, nobody out. And he'll try and get that winning run into scoring position as he puts this one down. Throw won't get him. Settling in now, and it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet, so this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Here's the first pitch.
Ooh, he's really in trouble, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. This guy needs to find the strike zone in the worst way.
Oh, 2-0 now.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Now the 2-0. Possible winning run on second. No one out. Now it goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. Gone! Santa Maria! Game over! Three-run shot to left center, and with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Heroes are born in October, and you can add another name to that one right here as he finds a way to win this thing with a dramatic walk-off. Wow, what a clutch at that. What a game and what a World Series.
Big when it matters most. How about turning in a performance like this in a series-clinching game? Guys, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, you said it, Matt. This is where it matters the most. People are going to be talking about this performance here for the rest of his life. He was on the big stage for everyone to see, and he was the difference maker in the series victory.
Back now on the show as we take you through a few of the sights and sounds of the final game of this World Series.
First, for your victorious home team, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the visitors, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.